guys, welcome back. So this is the first video of our low level design playlist, and in this video we are going to cover the types of LLD interviews and the content we have planned for you guys. So I'll be taking on the types of LLD interviews and then Kunal will be covering the rest of it. So let's get started. Okay, so coming on to the types of LLD interviews, the first kind of interview we have is the machine coding round. Candidate is expected to write modular extensible code, and most important thing here is a candidate is also expected to run the code with a few test cases given to the candidate post completion of the code. Obviously, successful implementation of suitable design patterns would give you an edge, and machine coding rounds are generally asked in mid-level startups like Swiggy, Flipkart, Uber, etc. Coming on to the next, we have classical LLD interviews. The candidate is expected to break down a problem into granular classes or DB tables and establish relationships between them. Interviewer may ask you for ER diagram, they may ask you for UML diagram, or they might just ask you to write class signatures and establish the relationships. Identification and implementation of suitable design patterns will give you an edge. Generally, these kind of interviews are of shorter duration, so time management with proper decision making on code and design patterns is really necessary. Classical LLD interviews are generally asked in big companies like Amazon, Expedia, Myntra, etc. Coming on to the next, we have combination of machine coding and the classical LLD rounds. The candidate has to first divide the problem into smaller classes or DB tables and establish relationships between them, and then take the approval from the interviewer. Candidate has to make sure that the solution is discussion based and the interviewer is happy with it, also keeping the exact requirements in mind and not over designing stuff. After interviewer signs it off, candidate has to write fully functional code and run it against few test cases. These rounds are not as common as the classical or machine coding rounds and are asked in companies like Allen Digital, etc. Coming on to the next, we have the home assignment round. The home assignment round is given to the candidate to complete offline for a day or for a week. Candidate has to come up with production ready code, that is, they need to keep modularity, extensibility and readability in mind. If possible, candidate should come up with the design patterns here as well. These rounds generally happen in small scale startups like we faced it in the design round of Nightfall AI. Kunal, over to you.
Hey everyone, so let me divide our LLD playlist into two parts. One is basically the theory part of it and second is basically the problem part. In the theory part, we are going to start with the solid principle. Then eventually we come to the design pattern. In the design pattern, we are going to start with the strategy, then singleton, decorator, state, factory, builder, mediator, chain of responsibility, facade, observer, adapter. And then eventually we come to the problem part of it. In the problem, we are going to start with the elevator, then car enter system, book my shop, parking lot system, vending machine, splitwise, logger, air traffic control management system, ranking system like LeetCode, chess.com, ClickBus, cart and order management system, offer system. Of course, if you want us to cover anything apart from that, you can just suggest us to in the comment section and we will try to cover it in the upcoming video. Thank you.